I so badly want to be Catherine Hudson that I don't even want to look like Katy Perry anymore sometimes.
I remember there was a point where Katy Perry genuinely felt untouchable. Not just successful, not just famous, untouchable. She had the hits, the visuals, the Super Bowl halftime show, the giant music video that felt more like cultural events than songs. For a few years, Katy Perry represented the absolute peak of mainstream pop music. But these days, the reaction to her feels completely different. The excitement seems like it's gone. The internet barely rallies behind her anymore, and every comeback attempt somehow seems to make the public more disconnected. What makes Katy Perry decline so fascinating is that it wasn't caused by one giant scandal. It was death by 1,000 perception shifts.
I'm really excited about the engineering of it all. I'm excited to learn more about STEM and just the math about what it takes to accomplish this type of thing.
Is math related to science?
I was winding down from a rehearsal the other day and I was listening to Cosmos by Carl Sagan and reading a book on string theory, and yeah, it was like going to bed. That was definitely like helping. I was like, Pythagoras.
Little moments, awkward interviews, forced reinventions, internet backlash, controversies, and a growing feeling that the audience no longer knew who Katy Perry actually was underneath the brand.
I so badly want to be Catherine Hudson that I don't even want to look like Katy Perry anymore sometimes. Okay. And like, that is a little bit of why I cut my hair, is because I really want to be my authentic self, yes. Like 100%.
And the first problem was something almost impossible to recover from. Katy Perry peaked too perfectly. Let's talk about it. When people think of Katy Perry, they still think about Teenage Dream. And honestly, that's part of the problem. Because Teenage Dream wasn't just successful. It was one of the last true monoculture pop eras. 5 #1 singles, candy-colored visuals, massive radio dominance, music videos everybody watched. For a few years, Katy Perry felt less like a person and more like a human dopamine machine, engineered in a lab to produce hits. She wasn't mysterious, she wasn't emotionally deep, she wasn't critically untouchable like Beyonce, but she didn't need to be. The entire point of Katy Perry was spectacle, and that worked perfectly. But culturally, the internet started moving towards artists who felt emotionally real. People wanted vulnerability and personal storytelling. Artists like Taylor Swift mastered parasocial intimacy. Fans felt emotionally attached to Taylor as a person. Katy Perry's relationship with the audience was different though. People loved the performance, but they never fully connected with the person underneath. And once culture shifted away from giant cartoon pop aesthetics, that became a serious problem, because suddenly the wigs, costumes, exaggerated humor, and over-the-top branding started feeling less iconic and more artificial. But the real collapse started when Katy Perry herself realized the old version of her wasn't working anymore.
Now, the new blow for Katy Perry is that her concerts are not selling out at all.
So there are certain albums that permanently change how the public sees an artist. For Katy Perry, that album was Witness. And what made this era so damaging wasn't just the music, it was the energy surrounding it.
Can you see me? I mean, I know you can see me, but can you really see me? My name is Catherine Hudson. I'm vulnerable and strong. I'm a woman, an artist. I'm liberated.
The haircut, the image shift, the forced seriousness, the internet immediately sensed something was off. Because audiences can tell when a celebrity is experimenting, but they can also tell when someone looks genuinely lost. And during Witness, Katy Perry looked lost. Then came the live stream.
That's how I process, is I write songs.
And you get rid of those feelings, those feelings.
Some of them don't come out fully, and that's why I still do the work.
So people watched her cry on camera, discuss therapy, unpack emotional struggles, and openly talk about feeling disconnected from herself. And honestly, if this happened today, audiences might have embraced it. But in 2017, it created a completely different reaction. People didn't know whether they were watching vulnerability, performance art, emotional breakdown, or marketing. I mean, nobody could really tell. And once the internet starts questioning whether someone is authentic or real or if they're fake, well, everything afterward becomes harder to recover from. And over time, smaller controversies started piling together into a larger perception problem. For example, actress and model Ruby Rose publicly claimed Katy Perry made unwanted sexual advances toward her years earlier. Complex Music put out a post on Twitter, and it says, honestly though, Katy Perry reacts to Justin Bieber's Coachella set where he essentially sung karaoke to his older material on YouTube. And at the bottom of that post, Ruby Rose chimed in and she said, Katy Perry essayed me at Spice Market nightclub in Melbourne. Who gives a shit what she thinks? And the internet went wild. So basically what happened, according to Ruby Rose, in 2010, Ruby Rose, she was at a nightclub named Spice Market nightclub in Melbourne, Australia. Now Ruby Rose, I guess, was partying, having a good time. So she had her head on her friend's lap, trying to, I guess, take a little nap or take a little rest. And Katy Perry walks up, and Katy Perry pulls her own underwear to the side and puts her, you know what, right on Ruby Rose's face, allegedly. Then there was an old clip with Anna Kendrick when she was on Conan, and she was joking about Katy Perry touching her chest in a way many people later revisited.
Katy Perry finger banged my cleavage. It was a weird night. She's very mature.
And years earlier, Katy Perry also faced backlash after forcibly kissing a contestant during an American Idol audition.
What, on the cheek?
You didn't even make the smush sound.
Right, okay. Let me start over. Okay.
At the time, some people brushed it off as awkward humor, but online culture have changed dramatically since then. Moments that once would have been ignored were now being re-examined through a completely different lens. And that became a recurring issue for Katy Perry. The internet started re-evaluating her entire persona. You see, the audience slowly stopped seeing Katy as effortlessly fun and started seeing her as awkwardly out of sync with modern culture. Now, if you stay till the end, I really do appreciate it. If you want to help the channel out, hit the like, hit that subscribe, hype it up if you really love it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.